Did you know there's a guy who controls what millions of Australians watch and read every day, especially in WA? So, who is he and what does he want? This is the series where I go through who owns what, looking at some of Australia's biggest influential institutions. Today, I'm looking at Kerry Stokes, the billionaire backed by both a media and industry empire. Billionaire Kerry Stokes began his media career with a small regional TV network south of Perth before acquiring Seven's local stations starting in 1979. What followed was a gradual collection of news titles that led to his company, SGH, controlling the lion's share of the news market in Western Australia. SGH owns Seven West Media, which owns Channel 7 and the West Australian newspaper. The West Australian has more than 80% market penetration in the state, the highest of any paper in the country. He also owns the Sunday Times, the Nightly, which saw early backing from resources billionaires Gina Rinehart of Hancock Prospecting and Chris Ellison of Mineral Resources, 17 community newspapers, regional papers throughout WA, and a stake in ARN Radio National. If you want, pause or screenshot this to find out which radio station he might partly own in your town. But Stokes' wealth isn't just tied up in media, with heavy investment in agriculture, mining, and construction. In 1988, he bought what would later become Westrac, a heavy equipment company which is the only authorised dealer of Caterpillar trucks and machines in Western Australia, New South Wales, and the ACT. He also owns Coates Hire, Australia's largest equipment rental firm, Boral, the largest integrated construction materials company in Australia, Alllight, who make mobile lighting towers, SGH Energy, an oil and gas company with interests in northwestern Australia and Victoria, and they also have a stake in Beach Energy, another fossil fuel company operating in Australia and New Zealand. Stokes' media outlets regularly report on industry that he has financial interests in, which has attracted some criticism. Channel 7 and the West Australian have both been accused of perceived biases in their reporting, particularly concerning environmental issues and the fossil fuel industry. In 2020, environmental groups accused WA's Environmental Protection Authority of buckling under political pressure after approving the Waitsia gas project, a joint venture between Stokes-backed Beach Energy and Japanese company Mitsui. Critics pointed out the West Australian's past attacks on the regulator when it tried to impose emissions limits, accusing Stokes of using his media empire to push a pro-gas agenda and protect his business interests. The EPA rejected suggestions that its decisions were influenced by politics or media pressure. And the Stokes media machine hasn't just been accused of shaping coverage of energy projects, it also has consistently boosted Basil Zemplis, a long-time Seven West media personality, in his political pursuits. From front-page headlines to primetime TV segments, during the state election this year, Zemplis received unusually prominent coverage for a candidate who, at the time, wasn't even running for Premier. So, that's Kerry Stokes. Who should I look at next?